Would like to.
Here we go.
Awesome. Yay. So it's official.
Yes.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to our celebration night or
Yes.
webinar.
Yes.
Um, Thank you for joining. We can see our legacy member, Royston, is one of our oldest member
Yeah.
at ABC. Hello, hello. It's good to see your face.
Yes.
And lovely to see new faces as well. Ade is new. Nicole, it's our first time of meeting you
Yeah.
virtually online. And Shawnee is also one of our members as
Yes.
well. That's come
Yes.
back. Yay. So good to see every one of you. Thank you for joining. We are recording this session, so you can definitely watch it back as well. So just a brief what we're going to be doing tonight. Like I mentioned, we turned 3 years on the 29th of July. So we are just going to talk about who we are, what our story is, what our mission, our values are, and what we've been doing so far, and obviously our milestones, what we've achieved in the past 1 year,
Mm-hmm.
and also what our plan is for the future. And if you're currently not a member of our community, obviously we'd like you to join us. We're also going to remind you what our services are and what we do. But I'm just going to start first. But before we go into the nitty gritty, we're also going to do like icebreakers well for us to get to know each other because we're in the
Please.
same community. It's good to
Yeah.
know who is who, what we do, what our specialities are. And you never know. We always say collaboration over competition. Maybe we can collaborate in some ways as coaches, all these things. This is why the community exists, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, yes. Um, so we're celebrating ABC at 3. So just a quick run through of who we are. Then we're gonna go into icebreaker. Bear with me. Yeah. So who we are. So 3 years ago, uh, so obviously I've been a coach, business coach, strategy coach, and I just realized that, you know, I was looking to get accredited, but when you go to ICF or whatever, you see a lot of um different colors, but you don't see black people, then I'm like, it's hard to join a community or an organization where I don't see someone like me. So how I did meant to create curriculum that relates to me, that's relatable. And also I thought to myself, as a coach, as coaches, we are meant to be changing lives. What is really guiding us to ensure that we're doing the right thing? When people come to us as coaches, or as clients, they're trusting us to do something transformative to their lives, to whatever situation they're in. So what is actually holding us accountable to ensure we deliver the right thing, to ensure that we're delivering excellently to our clients? And also I thought about, when in back in like few years ago, when you think black, or when you it's almost like it's inferior, you know but like we want to change that narrative to say just because we're black doesn't mean we're not excellent, right? Excellent. So we want to create that black excellence through coaching to ensure that we are delivering the right thing to our client that is changing their lives that literally, obviously they're in God's hands, but also we are helping them to transform their lives, right? So I thought, you know what, let's create a community where we come together, we learn together, we grow together, we support each other without judgment, we collaborate to make sure we are delivering the right thing. And to help you also grow in your businesses, it's one thing to have a skill to coach. It's another thing to know how to run it as a successful business.
Yeah.
Anybody can plait hair. Anybody can, do nails or whatever it is, or make clothes. But if you don't know how to run it successful as a business, then that skill is going to be just a hobby, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So also everybody in our community, they are running as a business, a practice. So we also want to help you to make sure that that coaching practice is successful, is profitable, and is sustainable as
Yeah.
well. So these are the reasons why we thought to create ABC. So I was thinking that in my little room back in Bolton during COVID, that's when COVID kind of started. It's like, I'm going to register this company, and then we can find a way to grow the business. So I went on Companies House, registered it, and it was fine. Not long after that, I think 2 weeks later, a lovely lady came to my DM on Instagram. Honestly, it's one of my favorite stories ever. And there's always a lesson to learn as well out of it. This lady came to my DM. I don't know this person, by the way. And then she's like, "Hi, this is my name, and I just wanted to register this, but then I found out I registered it. So I was just thinking if we can get together to have a conversation and see if we can work together." So I'm like, "Oh, of course." I'm like, "Oh, this is interesting." And because one thing I always, as a business owner, one thing that always get me is when I put something out there or do something, some of my success metric is someone seeing it that I don't know, like not my family member, not my siblings, because they're just bound to support me, right? But I want someone that doesn't know me to actually see what I'm doing, like, and tell me, "Wow, you're doing this." So it's like, "Oh, somebody found that. That's amazing." We got on a
It was a
call,
special
and she's like,
moment. Yeah, it was a special
it
moment.
was honestly, it was a very special, beautiful moment. We got on a call and she told me everything she's been thinking about ABC, and she's always wanted to register, have a community like this as well. And she just went to register the company and she found out that somebody already registered it. Oopsie. Um, and she showed me all her plans, her notebooks, everything she's been writing about this amazing community. And I'm like, "Oh my goodness." And obviously, right then there, we gelled, like our spirit connected.
Yeah.
And we said, "You know what, let's do it together." And that's how we came together
Yeah.
as
And
co-founders.
from
And this person
and
is Shirene.
And mine on the other side, I'd had this dream and vision because I'd been to a lot of the big coaching academies. I'd been working with a lot of coaches from Animas and some of the big companies. And I saw them coming out and having quite a lot of success quite straight away. But I was a part of a community that just happened to be of Black coaches. And they were paying the money, going to Animas, going through some of the big coaching companies and coming out and not getting their businesses started in the same way because of a lack of clients. I mean, we all had the same issues in terms of building a business and learning how to run a business. And at the time of COVID, there was a lot of business strategies going around of online businesses and all this kind of stuff. But actually, when it came to finding clients, there was a little bit of a disconnect that I noticed. And I'd seen that quite a lot of my coaching companions spend quite a lot of money on coaching programs and coming out and not finding client base. So just like Mary said, I was sitting alone in COVID thinking, I need to birth this idea. I want to have this amazing coaching academy and I want to train coaches and get new people on and then get a community of people that we could then train up and have our own coaching academy for Black coaches. And my coach at the time said, "Why don't you just go and do it?" And I was like, "Oh, okay. I don't know how to do it on my own." And she said, "Well, go and register the company and go and get started." So the first thing I did actually was I bought the domain name. And I bought the domain name in the .co and the .com. And then I went to register the business and found out that a woman had registered it. And I was like, "Wow." And I didn't know whether to be a bit disappointed or not. And I thought, no, this is amazing. Someone's got the exactly same idea as me. And when I drilled down into it, I realized she'd only registered it 10 days before. I thought, I've got to find this woman.
Yep,
And
you
Mary
found
said,
me.
I found her through her DMs on Instagram because she was already out there doing business coaching, and I thought this is going to go two ways. She's either going to be really lovely and play ball, or she's going to oppose me, and then I've got both the domain names. So then we're going to have to come to both a bit of an agreement. And as it happened, she was really, really open to it. She had one part of the jigsaw, I had the other part of the jigsaw. It's
Yep.
like it was ordained that we should come together and start this journey together. And that's kind of how it seeded from my end. So it's been a really good journey so far. And both of us in different parts of the country, very similar in attitude, coming together as coaches has been a real drive forward and I think a real good organic start to what we wanted to build. Initially Mary said, "Yeah, we can get a community done in like 8 months. It's not going to take us that long." But COVID ended, everyone went back to work. A lot of the coaches that we were initially working with went and did other work. And we were very much about maintaining it. We want to be a long-term organization with roots. We're not an overnight thing. We're not going anywhere. A lot of the coaches that left went full-time jobs are starting to come back now. We're starting to see coaching organically come back up. And you know, testament to what we'll talk about later in terms of the way we're now being used as coaches has been really, really good. So there's a lot of hope out there, and we're hoping to get lots of new people on board to help deliver the vision and actually spread coaching, because we know coaching works. Coaching changes lives. You know,
Mm.
fundamentally believe that. I've been a youth coach. I've been worked with children as young as 9 years old doing coaching, and I've seen it work, and we've had a lot of success with that. So, you know, that's where I'm coming from. Back over to you.
Yeah. Thank you. Well, honestly, thank you so much for sharing that. And it just goes to show, because I did mention that there's some lessons to learn in how myself and Shirene met and how we started working together.
Mm,
And like two lessons that came out of that for me is whatever idea you think you have, don't sit on it.
yeah.
Get it out.
Yeah.
So I registered that company. To be fair with you, like, as long as registered, I'll figure it out. Like,
Mm,
I don't have a plan,
yeah.
but I knew that something needs to be done. So I just went to register it, and then we can build from there. Do not waste time,
Hmm.
and don't sit on it. Just go ahead with it and then figure your way out as you go along.
Yes.
And second lesson that I learned from that is collaboration. You know, what one person can do, two people can do better.
Yeah.
So, like, I've noticed in our relationship working together as business owners, as co-founders, I've noticed some strengths that Shireen brings on board. And like, you know what? She's good at this. And I'm never going to try and contend with that. And there's some things that I've brought on board as well that she
100%.
knows that Mary is good at this.
That's
And there's
yeah.
no point in me trying to, just, I mean, so it's just collaboration trumps, like, any day, anytime. It just makes life easier as business owners.
And
And
that's
I
what
also
we
have other,
learned. Yeah, that's what we
yeah,
learned between us, isn't it? That within us, we've got all the strengths to do everything that we need to achieve. We just need to talk
yeah,
and be honest about where we are. You know, both Mary and I
yeah,
are working parents. You know, we've got day jobs, we've got other stuff going on,
yeah,
but we've always been able to say, do you know what, I'm not feeling it this week, or I haven't done my
yeah,
targets, and she'll take over and blah, 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 just to keep each
yeah,
other going. And it's been a really important part of the journey for getting our businesses off the ground, and you
yeah,
know, trying to involve other people. And we really want to share that. Last year was our year
yeah,
of collaboration, you know, when we really wanted to
yeah,
show that and make sure that, you know, we're working together and we're sharing best practice and our skills,
yeah.
because we've got a lot of skills, and we're excellent between us. We've got some excellent coaches doing really good work, really good work.
Yes, we do.
Yes, we
Yes.
do.
Yeah. So our mission as ABC is just to help and empower as many Black coaches that come through our door to build a successful, sustainable, profitable business, and not just that, but excellent business to help their clients in transforming their lives as well. That is all we want to do, to just equip our coaches, empower them, support, help wherever possible,
Hmm.
as long as they allow us to, be a part of that. Like, don't be afraid to speak up. Don't be shy to say, this is what I'm going through and this is the help that I need.
Yeah,
We are here. Both myself and Sharon, we have connections, right? We have people, we have resources that we can bring. And we're going to talk more about that as we move ahead in our slide. But that is what we want to do, to help as many coaches as possible, equip you, give you the tools, the strategies to make sure your business, your practice goals, you achieve your goals on that business,
mm,
and you're consistently transforming lives. What we don't want is people coming and giving bad reviews that, this person's company, they promised this or they said this, but they didn't deliver.
yeah,
Or when I went through this coaching with this person, my life remained the same. Now, don't get me wrong, there's a caveat on that. I've always said you will see the changes or transformation if you put in the work. As
yeah,
coaches, we can give you the things we can give you, but if the client don't do the work, it's highly impossible that it's highly possible that they won't see the results, right?
mm,
So there's always that as well. So that is our mission and our values. And I'm sure you've heard from myself and Shireen, collaboration tops it, excellence, support,
yeah, yeah. Best
that
practice. Yeah,
integrity, best part. That's what we are all about. Because again, a lot of people have attributed to Black people, oh, we don't deliver, oh, we don't have good customer service, oh, our products are low quality. We want to change that narrative. We
yeah,
want to change those narratives, right? But we can only do that if we work together, collaborate together, and accept, you know, correction with grace. We give correction with grace, but accept it as well and take hold of those things that we're sharing with you and do them, and make your business go to the next level. So
yeah.
that is all we're about. That's who we are. Some of you know me personally, some of you know me just through the community, and some of you know Shireen as well. But we felt it'd be good to just have this conversation so you can see us, feel us,
Yeah.
and see whether it's a community you want to be a part of. We hope you want to be part of it.
Yeah.
But this is who you are. This is what you see is what you get. We're
Yeah.
bubbly, we're lovely, we're lively, we are out here to support as a many that wants to accept that support from us,
Mm.
honestly. And something that I don't think I've shared with the community before, but Shireen knows about is I only have 8 days left in my current day job. I'm now going fully into entrepreneurship journey. So I'm not doing 9 to 5 with anybody. My 9 to 5 is going to be on my businesses and ABC included, meaning I have more time now
Yeah.
to work on the business, to do a lot of things for ABC, to go out there, network on behalf of ABC, to share opportunities, to share resources, so these are the kind of things that we want to be doing in our community. But yeah, enough about that. I don't even
Yes.
if Shireen has something to say before I move on to the next slide.
Yeah, I wondered if anyone wanted to add anything about our journey. Do you know that about us already? Have we shared this story with you? Are you aware of how we came to be and what do you think about it? Royston, you were first in the room. What do you think, man?
No, I haven't heard the story before.
Ah,
Yeah, but it's a great story for collaboration and partnership. Um, and I think, you know, you said I was, one of the first people to sign up, and it was simply that, an association of Black coaches, okay, that's my heart pulse beating, so that was the connection, you
yeah,
know.
Yeah.
I didn't know much then, you know, about it, but the fact that you'd started this initiative was enough,
right.
for
Yeah.
me to kind of attach myself to it. So um, that's why I signed up. I
Yeah, and
signed
we're
up.
grateful because you've been with us for the whole journey and
Mm.
Yeah.
and you've been alongside us as a member, founding member as well. Yeah. So now we need you to come in a little bit more now. And that's like you stepped through the door now. You've been with us the whole time, but now you step through the door and you've got a wealth of experience
Oh God, yes, yes.
networking that
20 odd
we'd
years.
love you
Yeah.
to, you know, to share with us because you're there.
Yeah.
Can you tell us, Scott? We're going to go round and do an icebreaker, so we might as well start. What were the icebreaker questions, Mary?
So yes, so I'm gonna stop sharing, but I just want to put this for us to
Mm.
know what we need to do. I want you guys to say your name, the type of coaching that you do, how many years have you been doing it, where are you based, and what or who do you need right now to unlock the next level for your coaching business? Because again, it's all about partnership, collaboration. You never know. Someone might be on this webinar right now, and if not, the fact that you said it out there, we will take note and we'll you never know who we're going to speak to tomorrow, next week. I say, oh, we have someone that needs this, for
In our
example. Let's
network.
connect you guys. So
Yeah.
it's about speaking it out there into the universe, and you never know who will pick it up. Or somebody in this room might know somebody else that can offer this thing that you're looking for. So
Hmm.
your name, I'm gonna take a picture of it just in case it goes off my screen as
Okay.
well.
So we as a prompt. Do you want to go first,
Yes.
then? Do you want to jump in there with that?
Who, me?
Royston.
Oh, right.
Oh,
Okay.
Yeah. Not putting you on the
okay.
spot, but I am.
No, not putting me on the spot. Yeah. Yeah, so my name's Royston John, and I have been coaching for self-employed for over 2 decades now, and within organizations for another 25 to 30 years, in sort of my leadership role. Um, so I run RDJ Consulting, I run Coaching Bow, and I run NCBI training as kind of three organizations. And there are several other organizations that I support along the way. Um, People ask me what type of coaching I do. I've been doing it too long,
Mhm.
um, so that um, I respond to the need of the client in front of
Yes,
me,
yes.
and it's as simple as that. Um, I don't need a goal model or any other model to work with. I'm relaxed, accomplished, and have achieved some phenomenal success in that journey. Um, what else do I want to tell you? That so I'm based in Lewisham in London,
Right.
and have coached across the country, literally, as well as internationally.
Mm.
Uh, the novel one, I had a client in Edinburgh. I'd get on a plane and fly out to Edinburgh and coach, and get on a plane and fly back.
Yes. Wow.
Um, and that worked, and it was quicker and cheaper to fly than it was to go by train, etc. Um, in terms of the work, you know, coaching is about one-to-one, but it's also about group and teams and organization development and moving and so on. So I've worked across local government and was the the London Council's coach across the 32 boroughs,
Oh,
doing some marrying coaches with coachees. Um, I've done some significant work with police in the Met,
yeah.
who is now labelled as failing, I see, as well as Avon and Somerset, some transformational work. The great thing about what I do is that I do equalities, diversity, and inclusion also
Yes. Okay.
alongside my coaching, which is an emotional intelligence approach. So what that means is that people never ever forget the experience of having been on an EDI workshop. And it doesn't matter whether it's 10 years or 15 years later, people will never forget the
Wow.
experience
Okay.
because it's a
Amazing.
personal journey.
Yeah.
But it also allows me to marry my coaching skills with my emotional intelligence skills,
Mm.
and bring about transformational,
Yeah.
which includes, conflict resolution and many other aspects. Um, yeah. Um, I want to trump you. You said the youngest you've worked with is 9. I've worked with a 7-year-old
Yeah.
in in a
Wow.
in a primary
Yeah.
school whose mother was a heroin addict, and
Wow.
he had the characteristics of that, and he'd spent some time with CAMS,
Yes.
and they were not getting anywhere. And I worked with this young person for 3 months, taught him to play chess, used chess as a vehicle for coaching
Wow.
and winning and losing, highs and lows, pluses and minuses,
I love
etc.
this.
And in 3 months, achieved that transformation. I also work with young men, boys 18 to 25. I've worked with women. I've worked with parents and child as a combination.
Wow.
I work with families, etc. What do I want? Um, so the message I'm putting across is that one, um, I'm a 70-year-old guy now, and I have a lot, I know a lot, and really I want to pass it on to people. I'm not, you know, um, you know, not take the knowledge that I have, the experience that I have, to the grave. I want it to feed our community.
Yes.
So I need a protege who's really focused and interested in learning the skill set,
Yeah.
learning what I know and what I have. Um, the area that I haven't significantly worked with, I have worked with, bankers and so on, but I haven't worked phenomenally with city people.
Mm.
Um, I think in my mind, a lot of them are plastic and kind of, the money drives everything. And
Mm.
I work with people
Mm.
and the touch of people and the transformation for people. So I think that's what I want to say. Oh, except well, you probably know, but others may not know it. I did a TEDx talk
Yeah.
around
Mm.
my
Yeah.
journey of the Windrush. Um,
Mm.
why did the Windrush, which tells the story as a child of a product of the Windrush generation,
Mm.
and the uptake of that was just absolutely phenomenal in terms of people connecting and talking about it and talking about themselves and their parents, and some crying about it and having new conversations. And
Mm.
so I did a dialogue with Goldsmiths University in
Yes.
June,
Yeah.
and and that's been so good. They want me to come back. So 7th of
Amazing.
November is a date, and this time we're going for the Great Hall to hold 300 because the other one was oversubscribed.
And that's how I came in contact with you a little while ago. So I think I saw that on LinkedIn somehow
Yeah,
and contacted you, but it wasn't recorded. I didn't have enough notice. But that's just amazing, Royston.
yeah, yeah,
Absolutely, just like mind blowing, and yeah, everything that you want to share. We're here. However you want to share it, I'm here to receive both hands open
yeah,
because there's so much like that you've got across all the thing. And I love the fact that you said actually you're not a niche coach, you're a coach, you know, and you can coach whoever works in front of you. And I think that's just such something to stand on, because I know when we first start, we get told niche in this and do this for your marketing and this and that. But a coach is a coach. And I really see that in you. Thank you so much for sharing. That, like, yeah, there's a reason you were here today. At last, we got you.
Yeah, normally I'm just too busy to kind of plug into things, you know?
Yeah, I remember you said that before. Yeah, you told me. But I'm glad we caught you now. And, worth the wait as well.
Okay, thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Just want to welcome Bassie. Hello, Bassie.
Hi, Bassie.
Welcome,
Hi,
welcome.
Mary. Hi, Shirene.
Hi,
Thank
it's
you
good to
very
have
much.
you here.
Yes, congratulations. I can't believe it's 3 years.
I
Time has flies.
know. Bassie's one of our founding members as well. So, you know, we have had some people along with us for a while, and we're really grateful that you've stuck with us, Bassie. Very, very grateful.
Yes, it seems like yesterday when the idea was coming to pass, and now it's been 3 years. Nice though.
Yeah, I think you were there when we had one of our opening sessions, and when we first launched, I think, our launch party. So that's been, thank you, really good.
Yes, sorry I've not been as active as I would love to be, but I think going forward I will be a bit more active.
That's good to hear. It's good to hear. That's good. I'm sorry we didn't get to touch base when you were in London recently, but we'll make that happen as well.
No, we should. I do come to London probably once a month.
Yes.
So, yeah.
Well, we were just.
And also,
I'm sorry to interrupt. We're just making going through an icebreaker just to find out a little bit more about everyone. Bassie, if you hold fire, does anyone else want to jump in? If not, Bassie, your microphone is on. You might as well take the floor. I know Shirley has sent her update already because she's at work. So we'll read through that one. Nicole, Ade, Debbie.
So Ade also is at an event, but she's put a comment.
Fantastic. Comment. Nicole, are you available? Would you like to join? Can you turn your mic on? Ah, there she is. Hello.
Welcome. Hi, everyone. Good to be here. Really exciting. So I was just on Google randomly the other day, and I was like, so I'm part of some coaching networks already, and I was like, is there Black coaches? I wonder. And I came up with you guys. So yeah, great timing as well. This was just a few days before seeing the event being promoted. So yeah, everyone. Nicole, great to be here. I'm a career and leadership coach. I've been coaching since around 2020. Mary, I've been in your shoes very recently. So I just transitioned into full-time coaching as of July or so, so almost a month in. And I put it off for so long. So my background, I've been working in tech since like 2016. And it's just those golden shackles, like you just feel like so secure, and it just didn't feel like the right time. I kept putting it off. I was like, okay, later this year I'll resign, I'll move into full-time coaching, and then it all just kind of happened, almost like beyond my control, but it's worked out like in the best way possible. So yeah, it's been really great. I'm based in London, not too far from you, Royston, actually. I'm just like south of Catford, near Bromley.
Oh wow.
Yeah, and I primarily do online coaching, but I've done a bit of in-person coaching as well. And I focus on coaching underrepresented leaders. And it's all about understanding what their goals are, their challenges, so they can become leaders who excel and inspire. I've been growing the business very like organically the past few years, like just through referrals. And as I'm doing this full time now, I need to like scale that up. So I think I need to like increase my network. I didn't have LinkedIn until like a few weeks ago. So I'm trying to build up my audience there, connect with more people.
Connect with all of us.
What was that? Sorry?
So connect with all of us. Next step, connect with all of us.
I will. I'll drop my link in and you guys can connect. But yeah, I tend to go to a lot of events and stuff. Like there's always stuff going on in London. I get a lot of clients through that too. I've done some speaking. I'd love to do some more speaking. I did some webinars recently with Black Women in Tech. That was really
Nice.
fun.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're a good organisation. Yeah.
Oh, they're really great. So yeah, hoping just to do more coaching and just connect with more people and hopefully get more referrals coming through.
Oh, well, welcome. You're in the right place at the right time. For lots of different reasons, actually. And yeah, well done. It's a big step going out on your own. And I hope you don't feel too lonely, because I know when we all did it, it felt like, yeah, stepping off a diving board almost, like, and being quite alone. But at the time when we started, because it was COVID, everyone was online all the time and there was always connections and webinars and stuff to listen into. It was when all that kind of faded away a little bit that we found a little bit more isolated. But welcome. Looking forward to knowing you, see how we can support you. Fantastic. Shawnee's and Ade's and who's that online there? These lovely pictures there.
Do we have anybody else? If not, we can move on so we can cover more stuff.
Yes. Does Bassie want to say a quick hello?
Oh, there's Debbie. Debbie. We've not
Debbie. Hello, Debbie. Hi, you've come online. Welcome.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm very new, so thanks very much. Yeah, it's really good. I think, like Nicole, I just saw something online. That's how I found out about you. So good to be here. And I think that maybe you mentioned Mary Animas. So I very recently qualified through Animas.
Right. Okay. Yes.
Yeah, qualified in July.
Okay.
But I began the course in December, and I've been coaching from day one. I thought, rather than read about it and talk about it, I'm going to do it from day one.
That's the biggest hurdle. Yeah.
So yeah, I'm just at that stage now of no niche per se. I've been coaching people with lots of different things that they wanted to bring to the space around career and life generally and goals. So yeah, a variety of things, different backgrounds as well. So yeah, I'm just very interested. I'm in my season of yes, so
yes and amen. Whereabouts are you based, Debbie?
Oh, I'm in London. Yeah, I'm near.
You're based in London as well. Okay, fantastic, fantastic.
You know what, Shirene? We have to do something in London. I think before the year runs then we have to do a social in London so that everybody's in London. I'm the only one in Manchester.
Yes.
We have to go to London. We have to do something in London.
I'm based in East London, by the way. So I'm on the other side of Stratford, east of Stratford. But I travel all the way through because my work is in West London. So I'm all about the place all the time. So yeah, it'd be good to do a connection. Definitely to a connect.
Yeah, we'll organize something.
Okay, let's just cut to Bassie real quick because it's here. Bassie, can you turn your camera on?
I'm driving, that's why the camera is off.
Oh, okay. There we go. Anyway, hello, good to see you. Are you all right to give us a quick update
Good to see you.
Of where you're at?
Yes. So I'm based in Dublin, in Ireland.
Yes.
I've been coaching now for about 5 years, on and off. So I'm part of the John Maxwell team, which is good.
Yeah.
I probably was more active during COVID.
Yeah.
So I got to coach a lot around business owners because I'm also a business owner. And that was quite interesting, getting to work with them towards growing their business because some of them wanted to grow during COVID. Also got to coach people who were new to set up their own business. So that's going to be the niche I've been playing in, if that makes sense. But more recently, I've been involved a lot in operations within my company. But I realized that operations, although is good, doesn't give me as much fulfillment as actually watching people develop, watching people's career develop and coach them through all that. So recently I joined this platform called Black Executive Men. And I got to speak there about six weeks ago. And I spoke about knowledge is power. And that's kind of interesting because I did a lot of research and I looked into, say, the Americas, and I saw how underrepresented we are as a Black community. So, for example, you showed me that only 2% of businesses in the US are Black owned, and only 1.6% of the top 500 companies in the US have Black CEOs. So that got me inspired. Look, that's a space that I want to play in to try to develop the next C-suite people, not just in the Americas, but also in Europe, because I think we've got a lot of knowledge as Blacks, but I think sometimes some of it is our mindset, right? But some of it is being able to get to those places whereby we're able to, run a business. We're able to understand P&L. That makes sense. So that's what's fueling me to want to get back into the coach and being able to coach the next C-suites.
Okay.
Exactly.
Thank you so
I'm
much.
coming to you, Basi. I am coming to you. That's it.
Yeah. See, we've got so much
Definitely.
knowledge and power here already. It's incredible.
Oh yeah, because I think there's a lot we can do though. So
yeah.
watch that space.
Mary, can you read out the messages? I'm sorry, my screen, or was your...
Yeah, sorry. So people have just been sharing the LinkedIn links, and then we've got over Shirene is based in New York City.
Ooh.
She's a relationship coach, and she's been doing it since 2020, so 4 years now.
4 years.
Yeah, I think she's on IG as Rubies or something. I can't remember, but I know we follow each other.
Yes.
Rubies and Diamonds, I think.
Rubies and Diamonds, that's right. Yeah.
Yes. And then we've got Ade Yusuf, who I actually met in London, and I didn't realize it was her. She had joined, she had become our members.
Yes.
Then we both attended a same event like 2 weeks ago in London. And she's like, "Are you Mary Fash?" I'm like, "Yes." I was like, "Oh, she's part of ABC." I'm like, "No way." So it was really, really good to meet up with her, like flesh.
Yes.
So she is a strategic coach. So she's into strategic coaching, business strategy, professional development, and personal growth. She's been coaching since December 2019.
Okay.
And she's based in Bexley, East London.
Another South London go. Wow. Okay.
Just honestly, you guys, I think I need to move to London at this point. But this is really good to see. And I just feel like I already have a few things in my head regarding some coaches on here based on what you guys offer. Because like I mentioned to you before, guys, I do have other ventures outside ABC, and we're constantly looking for this kind of coaching, like this expertise that you guys have. So I might definitely be coming to you guys to share those opportunities with you to say, hey, so definitely you guys, I'm loving this. That's all that is. People are just sharing their links and all.
Let's get this wealth together. We'll try and save the chat if we can. So we'll try and do that. Okay, should we move on? So we don't want to keep everyone here tonight.
So the next thing we have is I'm not going to share something. I want to see everybody.
Well, is you still good? Your network is a bit.
You're next on this anyway. So you're going to share our milestones so far.
Okay. Oh, can you? Has Mary stopped? Oh, she's going. She's gone. Okay. She said she was having some network issues. Let me just get our. I think I've got a copy of it up here. What she was saying is we want to just share our milestones with you. So like I said, we've been going for 3 years. And because we started when we were in lockdown, often as you do when you're new, when you're fresh, we want to give everyone everything. And the original iteration of our membership site, we had monthly webinars. We were doing lots of resources. We had podcasts going on. Mary had gathered together a really amazing group of our professionals that came in and did a talk with us once a month on branding. And we had someone in from legal that was in about how to protect your business in a legal sense, what to look out for, what the pitfalls are, intellectual property, what to put in your contracts and that kind of stuff. We had someone come on and talk to us about branding, how your brand is important and how to feed that through. We had someone come in and talk to you about how to develop your website and what your space should look like and how you should be marketing and reach out to people. And we had a really good guy, Sammy, and he runs a platform called Myco, My Office Space, and it's an all-in-one online platform for sending your websites, holding your database, sending out invoices, all kinds of stuff. And he came in about how to sort your business out so it runs effectively. So you've got automatic emails for staff and how to really customer management and stuff. So we had all those in and they all came and did webinars for us every month. And we recorded those webinars. So we've got this whole suite of information that we've got. We did a basic fundamental in coaching, which Mary ran for over 4 weeks, just to get everyone back to fundamentals, what you need to do. We did some strategy stuff. We did some self-care and management. Both Mary and I are working mums, so it was around about how to manage your business and your family and lots of things like that. So we had lots and lots of resources. And initially, we were paying for our membership, and our original members that you see here were all paid members in the first year on a subscription basis. And that worked. It did work. But when it came to bringing in new people, yeah, we were struggling a little bit, because a lot of people that were initially our base had gone back to work and they were doing stepping jobs, me included. You know, I was working from home like 3 years before COVID, all the way through, and then at the end of that, really needed to replenish my funds. So I went back out to work. So we found that there was a little bit of an issue there with getting people back on board. But we stayed faithful, and we kept offering things on a regular basis, month after month, and kept going. And let me just get this up. Sorry, I'm going to have to come off the screen just for 1 sec while I tell you, while Mary's getting connected, some of the amazing things that we were able to achieve in our first year. I've got it right here. I'm not sure if I can share it, but I'll definitely read it out to you. So one of the things we were able to do was to build up our community and bring in all those new experts, is what we did. And that worked out really well. So we've got a big resource, and we started posting them, because initially we didn't have our WhatsApp business space. We were doing it directly through the website, and the engagement was a little bit low, but people were attending the webinars, and we've got a whole wealth of resources of the webinars that we will reshare in that space. One of the other things we tried to do in our second year was to go a bit global and actually reach out to coaches all over the world. And we opened our chapter in America and Canada, our chapter in Ghana, and our chapter in Nigeria. One of the things we realized from doing this is that culturally and in other places, the term Black coaches didn't work as well as it does here. People seem to recognize what it was. In America, when people were searching for Black coaches, it was all about sports and looking for sports coaches. Yep. Yeah, and there was an association for Black coaches that was basically on sports and not in the coaching field as we anticipated. In our Ghanaian chapter, the coach that we chose there found it a little bit hard tackling, because the concept of being a Black coach wasn't really a thing there. Everyone's Black, so why do we need
yeah.
You know, not something we thought about over here. Yeah. And our Ghanaian coach lead, he got off the ground, and at that time we were doing a lot on, what was the platform, Mary? Something House, Clubhouse. That was it. We were doing a lot of
Clubhouse. Yes.
And we did a lot of Clubhouse, and we were getting a bit of a following there. But unfortunately, he had a bereavement that took him out, and he kind of lost the momentum over there. And with that, we decided to focus back on our British coaches.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you want to take over, Mary? Let's do the next bit. Sorry.
Yes. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can. Yeah, you're loud and clear again. Thank you.
Okay, so let me see if I can then share my screen, then everything is fine. Can you see the screen?
It's
I'll show you.
Can you see it? Yes, Royston. Thank you, Royston.
Okay, perfect. Yes. So, obviously, Shirene has mentioned a few things that we've done in the past few years. The one that's quite significant to us in the last 12 months was we got a contract with Loughborough University. And why did I put universities? They're just one. We got a contract with them for 1 year, where we actually did supervision coaching for their coaches, that's their success coaches, and also their D&I coaches as well, team. So we had a one-to-one coaching, then we also had a group coaching with them, and how that went so well. We got amazing feedback, like lengthy feedback from them, and we're still trying to see if we can renew that contract with them. And because it went so well, we're then looking at, you know what, let's start reaching out to more organizations, start reaching out to more universities who are success coaches in there as part of their role, and we can then obviously offer supervision coaching to them. But that has been phenomenal, and Shirene has done majority of the work, because they had to stop the group coaching and to focus on one-to-one as well. But it was really, really good. So that's something that we're proud of as ADC, because they go on.
Sorry, and they found us online the way pretty much. So the leader of one of the Loughborough coaching team, they had a special program called Future Talent Program, and it was aimed at the Black and ethnic minority students at Loughborough because it's quite an historically where it's positioned and the courses it offers was historically white students. And when the Black students came, there was what we call the attainment gap. Or the awarding gap is what I call it. They were finding, and part of the courses that they offer at Loughborough were about having a placement, and students were not managing to secure the placements, and they were not managing having the best outcomes as the white partnerships at the time. So they developed a program to aim directly at that group of students, but all the coaches that were doing the coaching progress were all white. So they came to us saying, we know there's some barriers about getting through to this group of students. As a group of white coaches, can you help us to think about how to market these and how to work and help us with any of our biases that we're coming up with that we don't realize about? So that's how it started off. As it happened, and we did group coaching for that group that was managing that group. As it happened, there was another group working in the D&I space of a team of three, two Black employees and an Asian worker, and they were doing kind of D&I in an all-white space and having some issues. And when they shared at a team meeting how well it had been going, they came to us and said, could you do individual coaching supervision with us, please? Because that's something that we think we need. So then our program morphed between doing the group coaching, which is what Mary did, and I did the individual coaching with them. And it was really about careers and managing in a space and just empowering them a little bit. Over the course of the year, the group coaching team changed. So we stopped offering coaches and we continued with the individual coaching, which the contract just finished last month, and we're renegotiating for the next year. So we've offered a good number of sessions. The contract was sound. It was a good one. It was well paid. And we had really, really good successes off the back of that. So as Mary said, what we want to do is be able to renew that contract and then offer that same service to universities where there's other groups or pockets of Black coaches or just members that want that bit of support. And that's something that moving forward, we want to get some, there's only so much we can deliver on our own. I've got a full-time job, Mary's moving in now, to be able to facilitate that moving forward. So Mary she did an amazing job, a big reach out to lots of universities that we've got contacts with, to start making those connections so that we could find out if we could offer them coaching services. And from that, we're going to need a group of trusted coaches from within our community to help us facilitate that. So that's where we're at with that one.
That's it. Thank you so much, Shirene. And then also, like Shirene said, when we started, we were very ambitious. We had so many services, so many things that our tentacles are into. But obviously now we've kind of streamlined something that we can handle, because we don't want to bite more than we can undo or what that we can chew. So obviously we introduced new services. I think we just have 3 services now, which we're going to take you through soon. And also we turned our paid membership to free membership, because we don't want anybody to feel like they can't access what they need to make their business grow due to finances. So we made a free membership as well. And also we've onboarded a few new members, which is really, really great. I feel like more people are seeing us now on LinkedIn, Instagram, LinkedIn, and Google in general. So which is really, really good for us. Before we didn't have that kind of visibility, but now it's like, whoa, people are coming, not people that we know per se, people that don't know us from nowhere. They found us on Google, this is amazing. So we're gonna keep up that good work as well. And then moving to the next one, so which is talking about our new services. So like just mentioned, our coaching community now is free. So of course, as long as you identify as a Black coach, you're more than welcome to fill the form and join the community. But one thing we always say is, it should be about give and take. Let's not just, and it's not just about me and Shirene, it's about us together. Give as much as you take. If you have an event that you're going to, like this will be good for some, people in London, share it with us. If you got your hands on some resources that you think, this will be amazing, again, share with us. Let's not wait for Mary and Shirene to be sharing things. I think Royston is quite good at that, at sharing things in the group as well. Please, any opportunities that you have, that you come across, that you believe will benefit the team or the community, please share in the group. You never know who might need it. And also, The second service that we are now is supervision coaching, like I mentioned, through the university and how successful that has gone. Now we are offering supervision coaching. So if you know any organization or any university that you have connection with, that you believe they have their own coach or success coach or whatever that you think may also, benefit from this, please let us know. We can we can start a communication, just introduce us, and we'll take it from there. And the last one is coaching consulting. So coaching consulting is going to be a paid for service. So if any of our members feel like they need support in getting more sales, acquiring more clients, retaining them, legal, whatever it is you think you need to set up your business for success, outside of what we do, which is a monthly webinar that we offer, outside the resource that we share in the group, but you want that extra one-to-one conversation to help your business grow, then we have that as well. So you don't feel like we're just feeding you information, but it's not really working for you. We are here. You can talk, and again, like we said, we have connection with other service providers are amazing that we can definitely, obviously, signpost you to and create that environment for you to learn and grow your business. We're not just about community. We're all about making sure your business, is successful, is sustainable, it lasts, is a living, you can live as a legacy, and it's profitable as well, and you're running it, while being healthy as well. So these are like our main core services now. I'm sure as we grow, things will flesh out more as well. Now, what's next? Let me see. Forward planning.
Yeah.
Yes. So what is next for us? So like Shirene kind of alluded to, once we start, having connection with these universities, we cannot do it on our own, which is where and the people that we're definitely going to reach out to first will be you guys, our coach, our members, right? So we definitely be needing more coaches to help us facilitate these conversations, to help us deliver this session or workshop in different universities. So if any of you're interested, please let us know, show your interest. And of course, once we start getting these opportunities, we'll definitely be reaching out to people as well. So definitely we need more people, more coaches. We are going to be resuming our monthly coaching webinar. But then but again, it's only for members. But for us to be able to do that, we want to understand what your needs are, which is always we're asking you what are the things you need to obviously grow your business to the next level. We want to understand, are you struggling with sales? Are you struggling with the legal side of things? Are you struggling with process and system? What exactly are your challenges in your business? That way we can then connect with our service providers to come and deliver these webinars and show you how to navigate these challenges. So we would love to hear from you to understand what would be valuable to you, because we don't want to just keep doing monthly webinars that you're just consuming information, but you're not using it or it's not valuable to you. So we would like to know what are your challenges, what are the things you would like to see in those webinars. We need you to help us to provide those services to you.
Yeah. And the flip side of that as well is, you can host a webinar as well. It doesn't always have to
Yes,
be.
you can.
Something you want to bring. And we've had coaches that have launched new programs that want a bit of feedback, people that are telling us actually what they're doing. Initially, we would do the webinar every other month and leave that space open for one of our experts to come on board, or for one of you guys to share what you've been up to or what you're working on or how we could help you. So it is it's a double way thing as well. I mean, we don't mind hosting them. We're here. This is what we're committed to doing. But if you want to jump in, if you've got something you want to share or a technique that you've used or an audience or something that's worked for you, just come and share it with us, and it doesn't have to be, a 2-hour webinar. It could be a 30-minute session. We're more than happy for you to lead on that as well. It's not just us. Royston, I'm thinking of you here. That's your nudge. If there's anything you want to impart, any goodness and stuff that you think, might be worth sharing and would empower us to help us move forward, it would be really good to do that, because, that's what this space was about. That's what we set it up to do.
Yeah.
Really, really.
Yeah. Please let us know, show your interest. If you want to send a message directly to me or to Shirene, please feel free to do so.
Yeah.
Now, last on the forward planning is something we've always thought about, like from our first year of running AP, but obviously we've never done it, is having our first ever Black Coaches Conference.
Yeah.
Well, have that in 2025. So, but for us to do that, we need all your support and help. Myself and Shirene cannot do it alone.
Right.
We would want to set up a steering committee to help in bringing this vision to life, because we don't want it to be about what Shirene wants, what Mary wants. It's about collectively what will be good and valuable to our members and also to the wider public as well. So if you are interested in being part of that committee, we're not going to have too many people on that committee, because then there's going to be issue of plenty of opinion, marriage and agreement or something. So it's going to be limited, but let us know if you're interested so we can start working on things, because before you know it, it's 2025 in 4 or 5 months. So we don't have time anymore. So it'd be good for us to come together and deliberate and discuss that. So and that is everything from our side. Don't know if anybody has any questions. I know we've kind of gone through that quite quickly, but we are still together. We are on WhatsApp community in case you have anything that's missing or you won't have any other question. But right now, does anybody have questions or what they would like?
Anyone got anything to add for now?
Anybody? So I guess everything is clear.
And I just wanted to add for like the wider context, because our original mission and vision was to be able to facilitate us to do CPDs. We wanted to be actually an organisation that's up there with International Coaching Confederation and get kind of accredited so that we could do stuff. Long term, we'd love to be able to be training coaches, new coaches coming on board and run a training program. So there's lots of things, in our big vision. When I birthed this vision, it was a big baby and it had a lot, and it was a long term. For me, this is like a lifelong project. It's not a fly in the wall thing, and my kids are 35 already, so I know about long term. So we wanted something to leave a legacy that we could really build on and develop. So if anyone's got any feelings around that, we wanted to get some of our stuff accredited. We wanted to make sure all our coaches are certified and insured. Is something that we wanted to do as a minimum. There's lots of things in terms of the excellence. We want to be able to benchmark. We want to be able to do research into Black coaches and the effect and the impact that we have in our communities. There's lots of things that we wanted to do, but there's only 2 of us and we're limited to, how much we can do. So if anyone's got any interest in any of that stuff, then do just have a come. We're not expecting you to do it all. We're not going to get done overnight, but we'd really like to start moving towards that, because we're worth it. There's nothing else out there like us, and I think we could do it with the right people, with the right energy. I think we could do that.
The piece I want to highlight is around organizations and developing Black people into leadership roles within organizations. And the first part of that is the recruitment and selection process, where a number of organizations get smart and say, we need to have a Black person on the panel, but that Black person on the panel is there as a facade that has no power, not able to challenge or to to speak freely within that context. There's something about that. But also, as coaches, I frequently challenge kind of white colleagues that I've coached alongside about how are they challenging an organization about how inclusive they are. And one of the things I find is that a lot of people just simply avoid the conversation because they don't know how to have the conversation. So which means that operationally, functionally, you might coach the person, but in terms of their management of people, particularly those who are Black, it goes without challenge. And one example I gave, I was coaching a chief exec, and he was talking about a member of staff who was one of his managers who were really out there, really doing the stuff, and pulling up trees, and I didn't have the identity of that person, but I had my suspicions who that person was in terms of identity. And I asked him the question, So who's supporting that individual? And he was taken back and he said, well, I'm nobody. And, thanks for bringing it to his attention. And it followed that I ended up coaching that person.
Right.
Now, in that organization, that was the Black manager. And she was so excited to have had a coach.
Yeah.
She went around telling her white colleagues, her white peers, I've got a coach, I've got a coach, I've got a coach. And without exception, every one of her white colleagues said, yeah, we've had a coach for some time.
Yeah, you see. Yeah, it's interesting. Yeah.
So everybody had a coach except the Black person who he could wax lyrical about how successful and how she was achieving. And yet there was no support for her in the organization.
And that's,
but if we asked the question, it wouldn't have happened. So how do we ask the question? How do we have the conversation? Sometimes people turn a blind eye because they think that it would compromise their ability to continue coaching that person or working in that organization.
And that's actually quite pertinent because that was the experience of the team that got the support at Loughborough. And the strides they've made that they're now feeding back to senior management because they had that coach and it happened to be Black women with a Black coach. I've seen the growth. They've told me about the growth and their teams have seen that growth, but it was a second thought. And now we're fighting to make sure it's in the budget and not just an off thing, Bob, that, oh, well, they've had it now and that it continues because there's this thing, Bob, that is short-termism that seems to happen, or it's a pilot scheme, or we've run out of money, we can't afford it now, so it's not an essential. And we're trying to make sure that it's embedded in an essential part for their growth moving forward, because people seem to think it's for a season. Oh, you can have it when you're in this role, but as soon as you move, you can't get it anymore. So that's the kind of thing that we're seeing, And
I don't know if you've seen the article I wrote in LinkedIn around far right or near right.
Yeah, let's share that. Get on there for that,
which is also inviting managers to look at this thing, because the Black person who is deemed to be underperforming may not be underperforming. The manager might just be anti.
Yeah. Can you share that in our resources? That's the kind of thing you need to bring to us.
It should be in there, but I
think it's there. It's shared it. Yeah,
I'll have a look. That's really good, and we really appreciate that because we're finding, people in spaces need support. Sometimes they don't even know they need the support because they've told them and they've never had it. So really interesting. And any more feedback like that, it's good because it's good just to be able to talk sometimes. I know we have webinars and we're talking, but sometimes if you just want to chat and see what's coming up and what's happened this week and how that's impacted us, I think that's also really, really good as well to do.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Just to chime in though, I think what Royston says is kind of interesting because I've seen stats that show that typically senior executives, the Blacks don't get access to coaches compared to their Caucasian counterpart, which is kind of interesting though.
Yeah.
We should start bringing this kind of conversation to LinkedIn Live. That's something I would like us to introduce, start like bringing Royston, bringing Bussy, bringing our members. Let's discuss all this, like the real matter, real life matter.
Yeah.
You never know who's listening and whom that might change the way some organizations, very impactful. And that was, I think, something to look into.
Yeah, and that was the good thing about Loughborough. In fact, it was the white members of staff that initially brought us in because they saw that there was a void in their understanding. And I thought that was really, the way she did it was really good. And the way we had that initial discussion was with white colleagues. It wasn't with the Black colleagues. Because they need to have, everyone needs to be supported in that space. It's not just for the Black people to push forward. There's got to be allies and people on board that can make that happen. And at that time, that's what happened. Luckily now, the main person that organised that as a senior manager has moved up a level, but we're still trying to keep that connection because we know actually she's got more influence now. She's moved up, not less. Even though she thinks she's moved on and left everyone behind, we're saying no, it doesn't work that way. You've still got a responsibility, more responsibility now you're higher. So we're just trying to negotiate in that space right now.
It's been amazing. It's been great. Thank you, everybody. So we're gonna, obviously this is recorded and we're gonna share it in our resource help once it's finished downloading on the Google Drive or on Zoom, not Google Drive.
Yeah,
so but yeah, please don't forget to let us know either privately or in the group what the things you would like us to, like the areas that you have challenges that you'd like us to bring to start talking on our monthly webinars. It's something I want us to kind of start off again, just to help each other communicate. It's different when we come together compared to when just on WhatsApp typing all the time. It's like to just have a feel and we are a community. So let us know. I don't want us just to keep feeding you something you don't need. We want to give you something you need in your business to grow, for connection, for collaboration. And we're definitely going to look into organizing our socials in London and for us to meet in person. I think that'd be fantastic.
Yeah, I think
for us before the end of the year. But apart from all of that, we're grateful. Thank you for sticking with us, for supporting us, for holding us accountable. That we are not 3 years. So cheers to the next year and more. But that is it from us. I don't know if anybody have anything else to say, but if not, thank you, and have a good day.
Thank you. We're very grateful to be here.
Thank you both for holding the flame alive for us.
Thank you.
That's more Mary than me. She's got some staying power. I've learned so much consistency. I mean, like there's days where I'm like, it's Monday. Mary's there. Morning coaches, let's do this. That's the power of being together, because we've got to play off our strengths. I don't really do social media. I'm a post and ghost kind of girl. Like I'm like in, out, by, don't want to look for 6 months. Mary is on it, And the other thing we offered before, which we can bring back, is we did Instagram lives where we can get board and you can talk about your programs and what you're doing and what you're interested in and get more people interested. So, and please share us with a friend. You must have Royston, you must have a little network of people that you could
bring them on,
or just introduce them, or just send them the link themselves, let them come to us, whatever, because the more of us the better. We're better together.
Let's arrange to talk. Let's arrange to have a conversation.
All right, happy to do that. Happy to do that.
Thank you.
All right, be well.
See you.
Thanks everyone. Take care.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
All right, bye.
Thanks everyone. Bye.
Bye.
God bless.
Bye.
Ade, Shirene, I know you're at work. Thank you both so much for joining in. Do message us on the WhatsApp space if you've got any more questions, and I'm more than happy to give you a call if that's what you'd like. Take care, everyone.